Shalom, all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. Bashem Kodash. My name is Jacobo from Plaintables Camp, and this is the apostles video reviewing, I believe, one of the elders video on the singularity, and hopefully I can show you a clip or skim through a clip of an episode of the Outer Limits. I believe I spoke about this before, probably. Well, at camp, I definitely spoke about the episode called "The Grid." So I'm gonna go through that, and it's more so just analyzing. The scripture I have is Revelation 13:15 on down, and Ezekiel 33. It talks about that there's been a prophet among them. Say Ezekiel EZE 33. Is it 33? 33? Yeah. 32, 31. Speaking of but yeah, 30, 30, 33, and 30. Point here, and when it cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them. Meaning whatever the prophet speaks, the evil, the good, it's going to come to pass. And many of our people were not taking heed to Ezekiel's word. So we're gonna go here. Pause and go to it for in a few. We'll let him go through it for a few minutes.
Blender. And what I noticed was after about a week, when I would do my walk, I would always pass telephone poles, and I noticed these new things. I said, that's the 5G. I said, why did they make motherfuckers, go into their houses at 8 o'clock? You should just tell them this is 5G. That's it. Why you gotta fucking hide it? This is what is this guy? Carol Quigley. He wrote the book Tragedy and Hope. That's a book, a big book. I think it's 800 pages. But he said in the book that he was given free reins to look at all the documents and he said, this is brilliant. He said, but why keep it secret? I said, this makes all the sense. You just show the people what you're going to do. So with the 5G, I said, why you have to, say, well, it's a curfew and you're going to get sick and the disease comes out hard? No, because there's less people. Remember, it's from person to person. So I said that was all bull. You know what? We analyze everything. We are super analytical. That's like my old girl said. You just too analytical. You analyze everything. Some college chick got little degrees, didn't mean nothing to me. But she used to say, you psychoanalyze every goddamn thing. Yeah, boy, if she says she's going to be there at 8 o'clock and she's there at 8:07, I'm like, what, you talking to another nigga? I got psychoanalyze every, and that's what I do. I apply this truth, and I apply it in life. Inside joke. But we psychoanalyze everything. Our brains are constantly working. And we're on a high level. Please forgive me for the rant. Bear with me in my folly. Was that second Corinthians 11? But we psychoanalyze every fucking thing. We super analytical, and that's the way you got to be. And you brothers, you men out there that in GMS that make you brother. I know you know who you are. You men out there, whether you be elders, teachers, prophets, priests, bishops, apostles, prophets, whatever. The ones of you that constantly put up, because not everybody in GMS is constantly putting up videos. I wasn't thinking of doing another video. This is my third or fourth video. I don't keep count. But I was listening to the elder. He was cooking. He was
Going to the singularity. It's right there too. I looked it up too. So the technological singularity is a hypothetical future moment when artificial intelligence surpasses human capability, enters a runway loop of self-improvement and makes human future progress unpredictable. Recently, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman declared that humanity has officially entered this era. Intelligence explosion, a recursive cycle where, and remember, when intelligence explodes, intelligence means to make decisions. All right, so they're gonna be doing a lot of their, in parentheses and quotes, they're gonna be doing a lot of decision making, and they're gonna get rid of the undesirables. The undesirables are people that speak against the state. All right, the current regime, whoever that may be, Democrat or Republican, they're the same thing. Borrow from physics and mathematics, like the center of a black hole or a zero divisor, a mark to mark the point where past rules and predictive models break down. All right. So basically, they want computers to make decisions and to bring us into a dystopian future. It's opposite of utopia, I believe. And it's all about control. And remember, they're going to be controlling the computers. Yeah. And Apostle made a mention of something about a spirit entering into a machine. It's it's possible. All right. A spirit can enter into a human. A spirit can enter into a machine. All right. So the decision making, Esau. This is how he's going to get. This is how he wants to get total control. Is by using software mixed with some demonic energy also. Which is intelligence, all right, but a spiritual intelligence eventually. All right. Now, yeah, and I think and I believe that the only way they can actually get to this capability would be some type of spirit entering into this this software. All right. So that's my take. And I'm not sure if I played when the apostle was talking about 5G or yeah, but that's in the he talks about 4G, 5G, putting up the tower, putting up the 5G transceivers and the hardware to make it work. So this is an episode of Outer Limits, The Grid, season 6, episode 16, season 6, episode 16, and his family member dies and he goes back to his hometown where he grew up. And the AI is controlling the people in the town, and they're controlling it through a a tower, transceiver, which I believe to be a symbol of 5G, 6G, whatever they G they're going to, which I believe means generation or something like that. And this girl right here, I believe she's the AI. She's a manifestation of the AI, or the body that's being controlled by the AI proper. Meaning, this is the actual intelligence of the AI, and other people that are being controlled are just the peripherals. But this represents the core of the AI moving around in a human body. So he's not controlled by the AI. That's why he's getting the looks. That's why he's getting the looks. All right. So if we go, I know they're probably gonna ding me for this. So basically, she kept popping up in weird places. All right. Which I guess that's not the most important part. The most important part is really the end, which we'll get to.
I'm glad you made it.
All right, so I believe she is the AI. Let's go to the end. All right. So yeah, she kept popping up in weird places, and she led him to the server, the data center, so to speak. Let's see. Yeah, she led him to there, I believe. Yeah, yeah. So she met up. They drove in the car.
And my reach to move on to the next phase of my evolution.
Next phase of my evolution or generation. All right. I believe G means generation. Let me fact check that real quick. It means generation. Let's see. The G in 5G, 6G represents generation? Question mark. Let's see. The G in generation. So she said evolution. Yes. The G in 5G. It doesn't mean gigahertz, by the way. So if you guys think G means gigahertz, it does not mean gigahertz. All right. Yes, the G in 5G, 6G stands for generation. It tracks the step-by-step evolution of mobile wired wireless technology. So, yeah.
Codes. But codes that I needed to extend my reach, to move on to the next phase of my evolution.
You controlled her all along.
I told you. Trust no one, Scott. No one.
Not even her. So he does some wild shit. He gets out of there. And he goes home and he says, "When did they put those towers up?" And then he turns around and his wife says, "They put them." Well, I'll show you right here.
Honey, I didn't hear you pull up.
Something terrible's going on, Alfred. We gotta get the cops on him right away. Hey, why did those go up?
They were there before you left for Halford, Scott. They just weren't activated yet. The grid is functioning now, thanks to you, Scott. You have our undying thanks. Undying. They just...
All right, so you kind of saw what they kind of. This is the 90s, Yeah, so that's the towers or the radio transceivers for to beam signals out to control the people in his hometown. But his town where he moved to as an adult, and they're controlling the people in the town now apparently. So those what they look like. This is a 90s representation. Let me see if I can get it in the beginning how they look. Did they show them in the beginning? I don't know if they show them in the beginning of the episode. So his brother dies. That's why he goes back to his town where he grew up at. But everybody's under the control of the AI. And it's the girl in the red. She's wearing red. That must mean something. Remember Cortana from Halo? It's a woman too. So female thing must have something to do with it. I don't think they show the towers. I think they do. I'm just missing it. But you saw at the end. Yeah, she keeps showing up. All right, that's significant that she keeps showing up. So I believe the brother got killed because he found out what was going on. I believe his brother's wife, his sister-in-law, was in on it. She was already being controlled, I believe. And maybe the frequency was going in and out. Does he hit the tower? Oh, you're right there, the tower. He ran the tower. I think he might have broke the tower and then started disrupting the frequency.
going on?
Wait. You gotta help me.
I know what you've been hiding. I know what you've been planning, but it's over now, Peter.
Yeah, they're being controlled by the frequency. And that's a tower you can kind of see in the background. I think he ran into it. So, Outer Limits episode, season 6, episode 15, The Grid. All right.
This town of peace and harmony is the beginning. And I couldn't allow Peter or anyone else bring that to an end.
So it's by peace. So the AI is going to bring peace and harmony. All right. It's going to could be in order for things to be peaceful and harmonized, a computer has to control it. It has to use predictive models to bring us into a utopia. So this is 90s. So they've always been thinking this is about control. All right, about controlling us. And she led him to there. So his brother, found out. All right, so it's been recorded that the mechanism that they're going to use is going to be artificial intelligence.
Did you talk to anybody else about this?
Just Mr. Bowman. Thanks, Mo.
What do you mean in a box?
It can only get so deep in your mind. That's what Mr. Bowman taught me.
All right, so apparently this frequency is getting into your brain, and that's why everybody's under direct control.
You all right?
Yeah. Be careful.
You too.
There's a tower right there, I think. It's a Ford Explorer thing. Just want to close up what it looked like. And this is a 90s representation of these wireless transceivers. There we go. Yeah, it's what it looked like in the 90s. They don't look like this now. They look like those cylindrical capsule shaped. That's how they look. But this is a tower that's controlling everybody in his town. And right before he left to this town, to his old town where he grew up at, the towers are already being put up in his town that he moved to, and you saw the end result of that at the end. So, all right, that's my take and my info. Season 6, episode 15, The Grid, Outer Limits. Shalom.